After Pound Town.
We're gonna
Tibbity Town.
level up after Pound Town.
You wish. I don't know, maybe.
Assuming we live.
From the map. There's a map app.
On the map, on the map, on the map, on the map.
That's Medusa one. I don't want that.
Bacon, teriyaki.
Oh, that's not it. Is it this one? That's the one. Oh, you might level up. They're all close.
How do you put it again? Attempting resolve connection to the server. Try again. Try harder.
Do it!
Keep doing it.
Hero. Now. This music is so inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So let's try that shit again. So, good job. You guys met Pip. Pip took you to a place to camp or be attacked by Medusas. Who knows? Upon destroying the Medusas, you guys bed down for the night and, following Phase's directions, made your way downtown. Make my way. Eventually coming to a very dim lit swamp, where those of you with out dark vision will have a very difficult time. However, Phase, having struggled herself, lights up a torch just as time as Ishnu kind of looks up to see a spider come crawling down, having rolled so well. Has not seen any others, but a giant spider is slowly descending this very thick rope cobweb.
Can we have the map back?
No.
Ian?
Chris, you had said that you
Thank you.
threw up your animated shield.
Threw up.
Yep.
Right up.
You're like, watch out, guys.
Spider.
And then we were going to start with everyone rolling initiative.
Question.
Yes.
What if I don't want to? Think about that.
You take 49 points of damage. I don't think that killed you.
I did not. Ooh, that's good. I'm rolling good on initiative.
Well, that's good.
Here comes the initiative.
Advantage.
Oh, good thing, because that wasn't great. That was worse.
But not.
I'll take the 12. Can you give me the 12, Abe?
Yeah. Grin. 12.
Cool.
Nailed it.
Let
We get to the top of the round. So the spiders are descending, and I think Ishnu said something like, "We have company," and then he threw up his shield. Ishnu, what does that do to your AC? Do I need to give you a buff or something?
I've been manually doing it.
Oh, okay.
It just adds 2 shield bonus. So I've been kind of manually adding it and subtracting it, but it fades.
My
Excellent.
map window is too big for my screen. How can I move it?
Do you want to shrink your window?
I do.
Control, and then click and drag. It'll shrink your window.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Way.
Wait. Control?
So way.
Click and grab. Nope.
But click inside your map.
Yeah, like
Clicking in.
in the map and then drag towards the center.
I'm doing that. It's not working.
Did
Is
you
it click?
try?
Is it control?
Yeah, you hold control, then you click and drag.
I'm holding. I'm doing that.
Don't you do computers for a living, Dane?
I do. Can you share the map again? I do computers. Do them good.
Like you to do this computer here, Dane.
Why?
Drag, then click, then control.
It's being weird.
Did you make it the map? Like you can like view it and expand it to the back.
Like,
what if I sync view? Does that help?
I don't know how to explain.
You know, you can share your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Try turning it off, turning it on again.
So it's like,
Worked for me
now
so
it
far.
goes. Never mind.
Oh,
Don't look, because now it works. Don't look.
Go on your stream right now.
It never happens when the technician's watching.
That's right. I'm the technician.
Wow, that was good.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
good now.
so everyone roll initiative, brings us to the top of the order with Savathris having popped out his shadow. You're up. What you
First
doing?
things first.
Reaction.
Reaction.
You blessing us.
Are you blessing?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Bless you.
Bless
I'm
her.
blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Oh, and this spider, I guess, is smaller because it's in
You all,
the
you
tree.
all have Grid to thank for this. Grid to thank.
You're welcome. Why are you thanking me?
Because you haven't hit anything. No, you know, no reason. No
I need
reason.
that. I do need that.
You know what? It's team effort.
It's all or nothing with Grin.
And I'll move up, and good.
All right.
Pickles.
Oh, I don't remember if I described it or not, but just as a reminder, if I did. So this is a very dark part of the canopy. You guys had just woken up, so it's probably at most lunch, and it is like pitch black. As you look up, as he points out, like the spider, we have company. It's probably about 60, 80 feet in the air, but the canopy itself is just thick. So you're kind of like, you see some trees, which are the circles, trunks that extend into the canopy, but everything else is just pitch black. I felt like I needed to re-describe that. No reason. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what? I gotta do something first. I gotta do something real good.
Do it, Abe. Do it. Do it now.
Right now. Ride for ruin. And the
Canopy, though.
ending.
That was my last pickle check.
Excuse me, I need to make a pickle check.
We're bumpy in all the right places.
That's right.
Ooh, you know what? I was gonna ask you guys something, but I can just find out right now by going over here. Active perception. Nice. So you guys do see, kind of walking across about, it's about 60, 70 feet up. There is a spitter.
Big spider.
This one is also pretty high up there, so we'll do it that way. And it's crawling over top the canopy, trying to get like right above you. So it is up.
Can I alter my movement? And I didn't realize that they were above us. Because I want to be like underneath them.
Oh, yeah, you totally can. Sorry, I'm reminding people. Yeah, they are 60, 80, 90 feet above you. It's hard to tell. I mean, you can see them above you, but yeah, they're pretty high up. All right, Grin.
They look giant that high up.
Giant spider 13
from this
hasn't
far away,
gone
they look
yet, right?
pretty big. I'm sorry. What? Who?
Giant spider 13 hasn't gone yet. Is that correct?
He has not.
All right.
Not since the initial. Like, he's slowly like moving down. But if we were playing a nerd game, it has not taken its turn.
Nerd game. Nobody's playing a nerd game here.
This is life, you son of a bitch.
You calling a nerd?
Oh my
Hit
god,
it.
you did it. Was it because of the bless? Tell me.
Blessed.
The bless.
I rolled 16.
All right, here we go. Sneak attack. I get sneak attack on him.
Yep.
Right?
Well,
Snack.
yeah, because you're an assassin, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Sneak attack.
All right, here goes.
Because he did not act.
It's an auto crit, right?
No, only if
Oh,
if
yeah.
I surprise shot him. But yeah, sneak attack.
With like,
Spider's
it like
dead.
curls up and then like boom, onto the ground.
Ooh, and now I'm gonna move away behind Savathris.
Savathris, make a dexterity check.
Saving throw? Doesn't matter. They're the same.
Yeah, sorry, saving throw.
But I'm not blessed.
You are not. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as this big giant spider carcass like hits you in the side as you're kind of looking out for your friends.
Sorry.
Concentration check.
Do it. Do it.
Oh,
Con.
I mean, you still got an 8.
Red.
Would you have to get a 10? A 10 or a... Yo, that's amazing. That's amazing. This is the best day ever. I mean,
I don't feel that way.
that's sad. I'll take care of
Hashtag no longer blessed.
it. A giant dead spider carcass got you.
Hey, you remember that time I said, can I move? Can I change my movement because I want to be underneath these guys?
Psych.
I do remember. It was great.
Psych. Sign super psych.
Roll back.
Best day ever. You know, if I try to hit you, I can't, but a giant spider will fall on your head. So that's called irony. All right, Ishnu, you're up.
All right, so 13 is dead. How high above us is 16? How many feet?
It's hard to tell at this angle, but it's about 60 feet up, give or take.
Perfect. It's within perfect range for my telekinetic force. Oh, actually, I guess if it's 60 feet up in the air, I'm gonna have to get directly underneath it then.
I'll fall on you.
Because my spells has exactly 60-foot range.
It's gonna be
Like
amazing.
up in the air and reach. Like you're shooting a hoop.
I see. It's longer range.
Where both the love
Nope. All right. I'm doing it.
You can stand underneath it. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Actually, I can't target if I'm directly underneath it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess I could target in the combat tracker. Never. 16. S2 strength saving throw. Ew. Need to edit the damage. I'm boosting it. I get one free boost actually, so there we go. Take that.
Ooh.
Rampage.
Oh
Dying.
shit! That rampage just pushed it over the edge.
All right, so as part of my telekinetic force, because it failed its save, I can knock it in 5 feet in a direction of my choosing. So I'm gonna push it 5 feet to my left.
Nice. You see Ishnu kind of reach up and kind of squint, and then just whip this spider like several feet away as you hear it just and like curl up in a little ball and it dies. It's cool.
I can't see Ishnu. Oh, there it
That's
is.
because the giant spider's on his head.
Sure.
I think you targeted yourself too.
Yep, totally did.
Oh, did I?
Oh, that's even
Oh,
better.
shit.
That's good.
Yeah, you're like half dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Screw that.
All right. You staying put?
Yeah, I'll stay put.
All right. I probably will clean up these carcasses, but right now there's 2 large carcasses on carcasses.
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 I think they're actually this big. Yeah, there we go.
Carcassai.
They're giant. All right. I have to actually think about this. Okay. I have to actually track things. Okay. Okay.
What is that guitar?
Guitar solo.
Grin, what is your perception?
Pretty damn good.
Damn good. Oh, you're gonna see it. So, Grin, as you're kind of looking up, like just darting around with your crossbow ready, you see this very reminiscent spider that you've seen once, in a dark dungeon, in the sewers, and you see it. Damn, he doesn't get it. You see it as it kind of stops, and it's like all of its 8 eyeballs are like looking at you. It starts to slowly descend, and then its bluish body starts to become transparent, and then seems to shimmer and then disappear as it's slowly descending down.
That's not good.
It's probably fine.
Invisible spider.
Oh, Giant Spider 13, you're dead! You're not. Alright, let's make
Savathris.
Oh, you get a point. What? No. Oh, yeah.
Andy's frozen, rocking out to this guitar solo.
Yeah.
Screenshot him. Screenshot him. It's not too late. Add to the party.
Andy's mid headbang.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, Melandra, you are up. There are 2 dead carcasses, and you saw Grin kind of look in a direction, but you don't see anything else while you're looking that way.
He's looking in a direction.
Yeah, you hear him go, oh, that's not good. And you know what? Roll a perception check. I'll give you a free one.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's 2 dead spiders all around you. What the hell is happening?
Okay. Whatever direction he's looking at, that's not good. Is he looking towards like webs? Are there webs where he's looking?
You do see that there are webs kind of all around. Yeah, there's different sacks, but the whole place is a haunting place.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of wildly fire 2 Eldritch Blasts, kind of like above where he's looking, just like one there and one there. I'm just gonna fire Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, roll with
that, like,
disadvantage on both.
Yeah, if there are 2 spiders, I'm sure there are like, lots of spiders. She's just gonna kind of like shoot off 2 Eldritch Blasts. If nothing else, she'll like scare some spiders out.
Gotcha.
Okay, so disadvantage.
Yep.
Eldritch Blast.
And then I want you to point from your character what direction you're shooting. Wow, you rolled 1 and a 20. Wow.
How do I point? Do I do this?
Left and right click, like.
I'm gonna go. He's like, which way is Grin looking?
He was kind of looking in this general direction.
Okay, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go like up the trunk of that tree.
Okay.
Like halfway up the trunk of that tree, and like halfway up the trunk of this tree.
Okay. Fire your second one. That
Okay.
first one goes wild, and you hear it just
yeah.
collide into a tree.
Yep.
Big impact, and splinters just fly out.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Oh, wow. This is amazing. As the second one, the first one kind of impacts, the second one you just like, and just like whip it behind you. Savathris, there's just a whirling bolt. Just impact the tree behind you.
For my bonus action, I want to activate one of my swords. Ooh, I wanted
That
one
would be
on
the
that.
best roll you ever did.
Alright, so that's 1 bonus, and then I'm just going to. I will kind of go to the other side, so I'm kind of like flanking Grin with Sabathis. So when we decide to murder him, we'll get advantage.
Murder.
Okay, good.
Nerd.
This hasn't come up yet. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So many hidden rolls. Oh, damn it. Grin. Corner of your eye. You see a flash of fur and a club in one hand. A quick as it
Hips.
runs by.
More bugger bears.
Club.
Bugger bear.
Sneaky bugger bears.
He hit me?
No, it just kind of like ran past a tree. You see it kind of out of the corner of your eye.
Okay.
Seems to have been like coming from that direction.
Okay.
Okay. Phase, I don't like these woods. And she like full teeths the torch in her mouth, and then pulls out her bow as it's like lit on one side. She's just gonna hold.
Wonder how many rounds until she starts drooling.
Shit, I didn't even think about like holding my action until I saw a fucking spider.
I know. No, I think it was better the way you did it.
I thought I would be proactive and have like blessed up early so we could have it for a whole fight.
Oh,
That's
hey,
all.
speaking of which, you want to do it again? Your turn.
You're
up.
Yeah. Did she? Do we have? I don't remember if we know how far we are from the dragon's lair at this point.
She said within a day. You're
Okay.
very close.
We're probably gonna rest then.
Don't blow your load.
I'm blowing my load.
Blow all that load.
I mean, I don't use my spells anymore. Are there any spiders on the ground?
There are 2 dead spiders on the ground. Yes.
Are there any living spiders within 30 feet of me?
You can make a perception check. You currently don't see any, just like quickly looking around and with your active perception, but you could spend a little bit of time. Okay, yeah, you kind of look up and you see. Actually, you would choose to. Before I say this, I gave it free for Melander just because she knew an area. If I'm going to give you some things, it might spend your turn. Depends on how you tell me how long you're looking around. That's the key, and then I'll decide what you get or what it costs you.
Everything.
Like, do you just want to do like a quick cursory glance to see what you see, or are you like taking your 6 seconds to look?
Nah, not that much.
Okay, so more of like a just scan the area real quick.
Yeah.
All right, as you spin around looking, kind of shoving off this giant spider, you do see several webs that are descending around where Grin and Melander are, but you don't see anything at the moment. But with that check, you would have easily seen some. They seem to be descending, or they could just be blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
How about this? Then I would like to use Sabathis' whole turn to get the full picture of what's going on. And I'm going to float my echo 30 feet up in the air into where those webs are.
Nice.
So that it is between whatever's in the webs and my party.
All right. Oh, I guess it goes smaller. So like over here?
I don't have a map. I'm in theater of mind right now, baby.
Why don't you have a map? There we go.
Because I got the B-sod.
The B-side.
I'm B-sodded.
The sun with himself.
I moved you over there. You're up
Right.
up there.
Yep.
Kind of floating.
Yeah, and I will... If I could even like move like 10 feet out closer to people, can I take like half a move and then spend my action searching?
Yeah, that's fine. So you kind of move your character, your shadow up there, and your cursory glance isn't good enough, and you kind of study what you're seeing. So you're taking your full action to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a couple of things. you see that the web that you were seeing in this general area is slowly descending. Now it's only 6 seconds, so you see it kind of slowly coming out of nothing. But then you catch almost like a faint shadow of a creature, and you could see its legs kind of every now and again kind of protruding through this plane, and then it like sinks out of existence. Looking up, you see a massive spider that is like slowly descending over top of Grin and Melandra. But the thing that catches your attention is you see the tip of a javelin that is peeking out from behind this tree over here. And you see it because as you're looking up, the firelight that FaZe is holding in her teeth is glinting off the edge of the javelin. It's causing you to be distracted enough to look in that direction.
He's going to point in that direction and just shout, "Ambush on the ground!" Just to try to draw people's attention in that direction as well.
Ambush.
Ambush.
And I'll just leave my echo up above, preparing for that gianter spider to
You
drop.
mean your reaction? All right.
I am.
10, 15, 20, 21, 30.
Right, that's my turn.
This music is intense. Oh shit. Okay, that didn't roll well. Melandra, Grin, and Savathos, as you're kind of scanning around, you see from the canopy itself underneath is this crawling, massive form of another spider that is like across. And he or she, they.
Where are they at?
I have to make sure I'm reading this right. It would be a disadvantage. Melandra, does an 18 hit your AC?
No,
Fudge!
it's 19.
Nice. So you see, as this creature is kind of moving forward upside down from your perspective, you see its maw kind of open up and then spits this giant spidery loogie, and you just instinctually kind of dive out of the way as it hits the ground beside you with a... And there's this massive mound of sticky webs on the ground. Damn. I mean, good job. Damn disadvantage. Bing! I wish I could show them in the air, but there you go. Spider 5. You see Spider 5. On the same thing, you see... Where's it at? Where's it at? Here it is. That should have been an advantage. That was bullshit. Hold on. Oh, now you rolled advantage? That's bullshit. A 12 would have hit anyways. From where Savathor's kind of pointed, ambush! The lance goes through the air and hits this this spitter.
It's not an ambush, it's friends.
Oh shit, that's a good roll! Man, Garf, you're the shit. From out of the edge of the trees, you see Garf, the leader of the sole member of his only clan, just loose a lance through the air, and it hits the spider with like... that was his hold action.
And he's supposed to be unconscious.
I'm dying. What?
Garf's supposed to be unconscious.
Oh. Where's he at? Is he still unconscious? Oh, Garf, no! There we go. It's fine. Everything's great. There's a lot of rolls when these things are. Damn it! Savathor's Grin. Actually, it'd be Grin from this angle. You see, just scanning around. Now you're at full alert. Like, holy shit, we're surrounded. You see another spider come crawling towards you.
Spider!
Spider 18 emerges from underneath the underbrush, and as you kind of go, Spider, you see it like start to become translucent and disappears. That guy's dead. Grin, you're up.
Where did it disappear at?
So you see two spiders. You see this one that looks small, but it just means it's under the canopy, and then
Right.
you saw one disappear from this area.
That area right there?
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to attack that area.
I
At
attack the area.
disadvantage, but with advantage, so just regular.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll just roll, and you tell me if I hit.
I love it. This is my favorite.
Yeah. Did I hit it?
Grin,
Yeah.
as you quickly and you see it coming, and the bolt shoots through, and as you see it kind of impact the transportal creature, it bolts right through it, causing no damage. Like it's not on this plane of existence.
That's dumb.
That's
And I'm
cheating.
running away. No, I can't run away because I used my advantage thing. That's it for me. The end.
Ishnu, you're up.
Is Giant Spider 5, does that look to be similar distance in the air as the previous one?
Correct. It's currently crawling on the underbelly, about 60 feet in the air. This music is dope.
Let's go here.
Okay.
How far away is that? 10 feet. Okay. I'm not going to do, Pythagorean equation or whatever. I'm assuming that
why
would be
not?
close enough for 80 feet. Can I shoot 80 feet?
Yeah, because that seems like hard math to do. So, yep, it's definitely within 80 feet.
So...
Isn't this the...
Point of order, just D&D distances, ignore diagonals. So if it's 60 feet up and 20 feet across, it's just 60 feet. If you just take the largest of whatever side.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Because every square diagonals are always 5 feet.
Nailed it.
So
Okay. So
yeah,
then-
you're just going 60 feet up, so it's just 60 feet.
The
all
fact
right.
that you didn't start there with actually really upsets me, but it's fine.
Actually... Oh, in that case, then I don't have to use my shitty crossbow.
No, you're good. Wait, you have a crossbow this whole time?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just in case. I mean, you never know. Never actually used it, though. Hit him with the telekinetic force. Ew.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Ishnu just, he
Damn.
reaches out with his mind and then just, punts it off of the web into the forest.
Just goes sailing backwards.
Nice.
Oh, I guess Scarf did do a lot of damage. I was like, how did it die? So
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was Scarf.
All right. You saying put Ishnu?
Yep. Yeah, I moved.
All right. So Vathers, that spider web that you were watching is slowly well, at this point it's 6 seconds around. You see it descending rapidly fast as it's almost to the ground. And then it appears parts of it appear almost like it's crawling out of a fracture in the actual planes, and then it attacks Grin.
Where is it? Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, it's right beside it.
Flaming
So it didn't
spider.
actually move past my shadow.
It did, but it didn't move through your plane of existence by that shadow.
I take my reaction.
I mean, you can swipe at it, but you're gonna auto miss.
That's right.
Can you do Sentinel anyway?
Yeah, I will be doing Sentinel. If it's on the ground, I can do Sentinel.
Yeah, on your turn. Yeah. So you can use your reaction once you hit it. Yeah, once he hits. Yep. Anyone but you. All right, so he hits. So if you want to use your reaction, I appreciate that.
I wanted I wanted to load the air horn, but that's all I had.
Air horns for action surge.
Oh, okay.
All right, I have to. While you attack me, I have to actually read this. No reason. All right, Grin.
Sounds ominous.
As it gets close to you, it opens its maw and just chomps down on your backside. You take 8 points of piercing damage as its fangs sink into you.
Piercing.
And then...
Oh,
as its fangs sink in, you feel the... of the poison as it starts to, like, seep into your pores.
Resist it.
You are resistant, so make sure this halves it, because it's poison.
Oh, you're off. You made it green.
Make green.
Oh, that was a good time to make it green.
Yep.
Alright, let me double check here. Okay.
Poison.
Alright. Bonus action. It is currently looking right at you with like a... There's just green poison like dripping off of its maw.
I have a question for my reaction.
Yeah.
Instead of dealing damage, can I do a shove as my attack? Can you substitute a shove for like just one attack?
You could, but the way I see it is the attack's gonna happen first as you're reacting to it, so he's still gonna take damage, but if your goal is to get it away from him, you totally could.
Yeah, I mostly want him to get out of toe-to-toe with Grin if I can.
Yep, I am cool with that. So you kind of shove him.
So I hit him, so now do we do an opposed, like, strength athletics?
Yep. Which I think is...
Bitch,
I'm
please.
doing a save,
Don't
right?
even roll. Don't even roll.
I'm gonna roll anyways. What if it's a 20 with...
It's only
Oh,
two.
it was almost that 20. Didn't matter, though. Yeah.
So, yeah, as it bites into Grin, Savathris just yells, "No!" and slams it with its shield. So it goes 5 feet this way.
Beep, 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 beep. You see for a moment it kind of like digs in, and its long legs are like attached to the ground, and then just like they get like and then pushed backwards. It kind of regains its strength, but yeah, you shove it backwards a good 5 feet.
Nice. That way you don't have to spend your bonus action to disengage.
Oh, he is currently. Yep. Okay. So. Okay. Just counting things. No big deal. Melandra, you're up.
Yeah. I'm gonna charge the spider.
Get it?
Get right in there. I'm going to slash.
Don't do it. He's your friend.
Is he? That wasn't great.
So far, so good. That'll do.
This one's not lit up yet, so it's not. Bonus action, I'm going to slash again with the lightning sword. I'm not going to activate the other one yet.
Just hit. It's not true. You hit really hard.
So I don't know that it will matter. It's not like it's a plane shifting thing, but when I deal right damage, which is my elemental damage, it glows with faint light until the end of my next turn. It can't benefit from half cover, 3/4 cover, or being invisible. But it sounds like that's not really what's happening, so
Maybe.
But if it's just invisibility, it has like lightning crackles around it and it can't be invisible.
That's sweet.
Well, I mean, it could be invisible, but like the lightning is still there.
Super dope.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty BA.
That's my turn.
Garf kind of steps out at this point. Let me see how many javelins he's got. He's fine.
Million.
He's fine. And he goes, "Clan leader, here." And he's gonna loose another javelin at this this giant spider. This is his last javelin. Come on, Garf, don't blow your load so quick. Yeah, Garf. Damn it, Garf. And he grabs a maul from his side and just like stands there at the ready. FaZe at this point is oh, I guess she was holding her action. Oh well, it's fine. FaZe is going to loose an arrow, and you see her kind of like let go, and she goes, "Ugh!" As it's like licking the side of her face with a torch burn, and she kind of drops the torch on the ground.
I was badass for a second.
All right, Svathis, you're up.
Okay. Did we long rest already? How did I get my Unleash Incarnations back?
Medusa. This is only about 3-4
Yeah,
hours
we had
after the
Medusa.
Medusa.
rest.
We
That's
finished
the
our long
Medusa.
rest after the Medusa.
Right.
Remember that time I stabbed her through the tent? That was pretty sweet.
Did not expect that. I mean, I expected it, but I didn't expect it was intense. It was good.
I'm just going to drop. First of all, another glance. Do I see any other motion in the trees?
With your active perception, you do see like a wind movement, but it's hard to tell if it's a spider, if it's you just see movement.
Okay. The real Savathris is going to step up in between. I'm going to leave my echo up in the sky.
Okay.
Kind of aerial guard.
Just float.
Yeah. I guess 360 degree movement.
Dope.
Yep. That's pretty dope. Yeah, now we'll just attack. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I got him!
Damn it! Thought he would escape. I mean, how do you kill him?
I take a quick glance at the canopy above, and then even while I'm glancing up, the rock at the end of the flail starts spinning, and I just take like a step forward and very nonchalantly just like go and just splat the thing. Grin, are you all right?
It was spider poisoning. Yeah, I'm okay.
And I'll step up. Since that thing's down, I'm going to go to the other side of Grin, and that's my turn.
Nice. All right. Move him around. Okay.
I also would give give an appreciative nod towards Garf, nod of acknowledgement towards
Garf.
his direction.
He does
nod.
like a shield pound. Yes. Yes. This is
That's
happening
rename
to me,
this
right?
guy.
Took it to Pound Town.
To get to that, yeah.
I had to rename someone. No big deal. All right. So, he's gonna roll with the Avanton.
Sabaton.
Mm,
Sabaton.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Or there's
Shit.
there's easy pickings up in the air too.
That's true, but I still would be this. Yep. Son of a
Oh
bitch.
yeah, shield.
Yeah.
baby.
Okay.
Shield
So,
baby.
from out of the under leaves of the canopy, about 60 feet up, you see this giant spider like crawling out, and it just spits this massive spidery loogie, and just instinctually just dive out of the way, Ishnu. Damn it!
She has like this like sixth sense, and he like something's tingling, and swings the shield with his telekinesis.
The last minute, this floating shield just
Cling.
boom. Let's see here. He's 6 feet up. He's gonna
Stealthy giant spider 19.
I feel like he deserved a better title. He's gonna die a quick death, but he deserved a better title. All right, so let's see here. Okay. Damn. Okay, he's still there. All right, Grin.
All right, I'm gonna turn around and stick my crossbow. Oh wait, no, he's in the air.
So
he's in
yeah,
the air.
sorry, I realized that he. Speaking of which, how high up was your floating, Savathers?
30.
So he was 30. This guy's 60. Okay, so he's 60 feet in the air.
Oh,
Sorry, there's a lot of things to keep track of this stealthy battle.
If they're outside of 30 feet at the end of my round, they disappear. I try to keep them within 30 if I can.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, so he's kind of in the middle of the ground as it comes down. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, like I
So-
could send him farther, but to like do a couple quick attacks.
Ooh, Grin is rolling rocks tonight. Not
With the
stealthy
snicker
spider.
dick.
Why? He was so good. Oh Jesus!
Now he's freaking dead.
Oh
Oh,
man!
he's heavy.
Kill him!
Wow. Wow.
Oh man! You see the giant stealthy spiders. It's like crawling out and shoots this massive web thing. It just gets stuck in the side of the throat, and you see like all the what are they called? Mandibles? I don't know.
Mandibles. Yep.
Kind of wretched pain, and it slowly like tumbles a little bit, and it just spits out some web as it catches itself about 10 feet down.
Ah.
Oh, it's looking hurt, real hurt,
Real hurt.
hurt real bad.
That's it for me.
It's a good hit. That was a real good hit.
Damn, Ishnu, you were. Oh.
All right, Ishnu.
I should bless you more often.
Ishnu turns to Grin and he says, "Grin, allow me to finish this."
Okay.
And then
Leader says okay.
yeah, leader says, "Okay."
Engage.
Got the leader's approval.
So
All
he's gonna
hail the leader.
crouch down. Fails. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Sweet. So Ishnu like crouches down, and he's not like next to the spider, but he does like this like spinning uppercut move with his fist, just like in the air, and a mimicking punch hits the giant spider and punches it straight up in the air.
Ugh.
Tight.
Grin.
Yep.
Roll a d100.
D100. 100.
25 and less, you get hit by the spider. You got it, man.
Like apples?
Okay. As you gotta like, oh shit! This big giant spider starts tumbling down beside you, just right in the swamp, and just starts to fall inside. Just misses you by that much.
Yeah.
All right, Ishnu, you do anything else? We're all. Who we up next to? Who we up next to? Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, he's gonna roll again.
How many more could there possibly be?
Fuck! As you say that, this giant spider just appears in the canopy, like 40 feet away, because it's loud as fuck, and it is just smashing leaves as it's crawling around. Damn it! Alright, so it's gonna move 5, 10.
I see one.
It's about like here.
Scarf, no!
It's gonna lose.
You're making something of your life.
It's gonna lose its web attack. Damn it!
Automatic miss.
These spiders need to go to the gym
Yep.
or the temple.
Temple.
Okay, Ishnu. Yeah, your perception's pretty high. As you're kind of looking over, you see kind of in front of you as it's like dangling down this transparent spider visage on a web, and it appears like right in front of you and latches onto your face.
No. Oh no.
Bing!
Spider 7.
Yes, I hit something. Okay, it's so good. All right, so as its tendrils kind of latch onto your face, you take 5 points of piercing damage, and then we're gonna do a little of this.
6.
Damn. The poison starts to pulsate through, and you take half into whatever 23 is. As it kind of like surges with poison through your pores. You kind of push it off, but it still stings. It is like hanging upside down in front of you. Melander, you're up.
Alright, so it's down on like ground level though. Giant Spider 7.
It is. And in fact, do you guys see 18? Because you would have. Maybe not. Never mind. Forget everything I said. It's fine.
An 18?
Where's
Sorry,
the
did you say?
lead?
I have it on random numbers, so you guys never know how many you're
Alright.
fighting.
I like that.
I
like
am
that.
going to charge over here.
Okay. There
And
you
we'll
go.
slash
Hey, Parker.
the giant spider. 7. Okay, so only have 1 activated.
Yeah, your main. That ought to do it. Oh,
So
yeah.
So again, it's the glowing thing. If the invisibility.
Oh! That's
matters.
a solid hit. What are we looking at?
Um,
Look at those cats. Oh, jeez.
Did it? Did the damage not come through?
No, I didn't. Oh. Minimum damage.
Okay. And that was that 2?
2 is what I
Yes,
see.
Yeah. Okay. And then I'm gonna bonus action slash again.
So you hit. I don't think all your damage came through. Let me look. So before you roll damage, hold on. So you hit. You did 17 points of damage. Then you did 6 points of damage, which is never mind 23. It's fine. It's cool. I can count. I work
And
with it.
then hitting again with my lightning sword. Or another 11.
Oh yeah. How do you want to do that?
Oh yeah. So she oh why don't run all the way? Stop. She's like running 45 feet away.
It seems legit. She kills it and just runs away. Whoa! What is happening? I'm saying okay.
No. Stop it, Belandra. She like looks over to the one attacking Garf and then looks over to the one attacking Ishnu and like split-second decision, doesn't even think twice about it. Like charges over, kind of like slides in between Ishnu and the spider and like backhand slashes it with lightning, and then comes around and hits it and then like uppercuts with lightning.
Oh yeah, that's good. As you kind of like finish the blow, it's just like its legs curl in this sickly crunching noise, and it just like slumps to the ground dead.
The giant spider 7, does it have an intelligence of 6 or greater?
Oh, that's a great question. It needs to be. It's an intelligence of 6.
Sweet. I will use my reaction to draw in its psionic power.
Oh.
I haven't actually used any psi points yet, so I don't regain
Oh,
one.
so you guys don't need to rest.
I do get 2 hit points back.
That's pretty sweet. All right, Melander, you done?
Yeah, that's it.
Garf is gonna like walk through the swamp. And he puts your back to you, Melander, and he goes, "I have this side." And he pulls out his big club. The Garf clan is at your hand. And he's gonna hold his action because he doesn't. There's nothing within range. FaZe is gonna move up. Her active perception. Yeah, she would. You know what? She's gonna lose. What's her attack range? Oh yeah, she's gonna shoot this thing. She loses an arrow into the trees. Oh yeah, all my NPCs are doing great. With a, you see it like get sucked into this giant spider as it's crawling towards you guys. And Savathar's you're up.
So far, Garth is doing more damage than Phase. So how high up is Giant Spider 21?
Giant spider number 21 is 60 feet in the air. He's at the top of the canopy, or at least this part of the canopy.
You know what? I'm going to send my shadow 30 feet up in the air to it.
Okay.
And I would like to have as my first attack, my echo shove the spider. To try to shove it out of the branches.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Knock it out. Knock it down.
Knock it down.
Knock it out the box.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Roll a strength, opposed strength check. Oh. Oh no.
I am so strong.
You see Savathar's shadow kind of goes up and just like maul in hand goes boom, and the spider just not expecting it, legs just dangling in the air.
Bam.
Oh shit! I
Shadow
rolled high
works
for that. Takes 9 points of bludgeoning damage as it like falls on its backside and like slowly rights itself.
Is it still considered prone?
I'll give it. It's stuck in mud. It's prone.
All right.
I'll drop that on.
Cool.
It's
So
gonna take
I'm going to
9
take my
points.
move. In that case, I don't know what's happening. I can't see anything. I
14. Okay.
think I stepped inside a shadow zone.
Oh,
Or something.
you stepped in the mud.
Oh, shit.
You stepped in that mud.
Uh-oh.
must have
No, you
stepped in
shouldn't
mud.
have done that.
You stepped in that mud.
Okay.
Hold on, Andy. I gotta look at something.
Some shit's gonna be happening.
It's fine. You stepped in the
Oh.
mud.
I did. I stepped in mud.
Stepped in that mud.
I mean, I figured Garth was in that mud. How bad could it be?
He was hiding behind the tree, doggy. Make a
That's
Constitution
me.
saving throw.
Easy peasy. I already lost Bless. What more do you want? God damn it.
Oh. So as you kind of like step in, you like sink drastically into it, and it takes you a moment. But you struggle back to the surface. You lose a couple feet of steps, but you come back to the water is just caustic and nasty in texture, but doesn't seem to bother you because you literally just made your save.
Cool.
But you're there.
Cool. I can take my second attack.
Yes, you can.
I will do that. And if it is prone, I should have advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage. I don't feel like dropping prone on it. That seems like a lot of work on my end.
Got it.
Jesus, that'll hit.
Maximum damage.
Dying.
Damn.
Whew.
Yeah, he just stomps it and it crunches down into the mud.
Mm.
Stomps with food.
He's just standing over top of it. No. It's slowly like sinking down in the water. At this point, you just see little like feet sticking out of the mud. All right, Savath,
then-
did you do anything else?
My echo just. Well, can I step out of the mud? Do I have enough movement to get out of the mud?
Well, I mean, if you go that way, no, because you went deeper into the mud.
I can't even tell. The green stuff is the mud.
It's along the border. But yeah, I would say if you wanted to actually get out of the mud, you can get out of the mud.
Okay, I see. Oh, I see. Yes.
I mean, I drew it really quick, but
And
yeah,
my
it's fine.
My echo disappears at the end of the round.
All right, we'll shove him in the water.
In the
All
mud. I'm done.
End of your turn.
Or more.
Maybe.
Hey guys, we're hitting level 7.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I think I don't want to give anything away, but I feel like you might hit level 7. Melander, Grin, Phase even, as Garv kind of like has his back to you, Melandra, back to back, this giant spider just like materializes out of thin air and just bites at Garf. Garf, no! We need a hero. I've had that song stuck in my head all day. Bite. Oh shit, that's gonna bite, Garf. Oh, Garf, it's gonna hurt. Okay, you see the tendrils of its maw just sink in, and you see Garf retch out in pain as you see parts of his veins start to turn green a little bit. He's hurting a little bit. Bonus action, yeah, he's visible, son of a bitch. But Garf was holding his action and is going to attempt to slam this guy.
Where is this one?
Oh, does he not appear? Bing!
I see him. Slam him, Garf.
Garf leader.
And as his like veins are like pulsating this sickly green color, he just like wails with his maul and hits the backside as the spider lets go with a screech.
On your 6, Garf leader.
Grin, you're up.
Okay. He gonna get it.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Nice.
Oh,
That's a
that'll do.
critical.
That'll do,
That's a
pig.
critical. That's a critical off of my crossbow.
Oh yeah, it is.
19 to 20.
What is it? Hold shift to crit.
Yeah. Ship to crit.
All those times you shot yourself is paying off.
That's right.
Oh,
Because Andy
Jesus.
blessed me.
Grin, how do you want to do
I
this?
think I blessed you this night.
All right. So what did Garf do to it? He just kind of.
He slammed it on the back with his maw, causing it to let go with a shriek.
Okay, and then it appears, and I'm just gonna shoot it right in the center between the eyes, multiple eyes.
All 8 of them, 12 of them. This one at
Yep.
15.
Yep. And then it's just gonna go.
As
Fall
it
over.
slumps to the floor, you see it like start to like slowly sink into the mud. It's like partially out. Every now and again, you just see a twitch of a leg. All right, you do anything else there, Grin?
That's it for me.
Ishnu, you kind of look around. You don't see anything. Forest seems quiet. Anything you want to do?
Let's see. Okay. Ishnu's gonna go over to Garf, and he's gonna do a medicine check. See if he can help out with this poison.
Oh.
You're on
I
your
mean-
own, bro.
I mean, he's got 2
That's right.
giant like pincer marks in his neck. It looks gross.
Just rub some dirt on it. It'll be fine.
Fine. Fine.
That's what old leader used to say.
He was a wise beast.
With that, you guys take a moment to kind of like circle around each other and look around. Nothing else seems to kind of move around. You do notice that there are several large sacks kind of dangling at different levels, kind of dangling from the forest, but nothing seems to move. Faze kind of walks over and like spins and has like an arrow notched and kind of looks around. By this point, she kind of picks up her torch. Seems quiet.
I am not a fan of spiders. No more spiders, please.
She like kicks the one beside her. I agree.
I'm gonna try to extract some spider poison from these spiders. With
Oh,
my
it's just
poisonous kit.
Yeah,
Oh.
roll with advantage since he's assisting you.
And
For
blessed.
Oh, out of D4.
What should I roll?
Your call. What do you think Grin would use to extract some poison?
Medicine.
Sounds good to me.
All right, here goes. Advantage and blast. Woo!
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
How long do you want to spend taking?
I wanna get a couple of vials. I'll take a couple of vials out of my poisoner's kit.
Yeah, you could easily get 6. It's going to take you a little bit of time, but yeah, without fail, you kind of look for the biggest, baddest looking ones, and you're just like breaking up pieces of its maw, and like as soon as it starts to drip, you like without hesitation, nothing falls on the ground, and you have 6 vials of spider poison.
Is it the same as the rats spider poison?
Yes, it
All
is.
right.
All right, 7 uses now.
Nice.
All right. Okay, I'm good. I'm gonna jingle my vials and then put them in my bag. So, Medusa, check. Spiders, check. Now we just need a dragon, huh?
You seem very confident.
That's just
Yes.
kind of what I do when I'm super nervous and scared.
That's why he's our leader.
That's right.
The leader.
Now,
Hmm.
not this again. No, you're the leader, FaZe. You're gonna lead us through the swamp to this dragon that we
More of a hunter. I show people the path.
Okay. Tomato, tomato.
Oh, you got to turn this one up.
Garf,
I got an 84.
you came back and put yourself in peril.
Life debt must be repaid. The clan of... What the hell did I call this guy?
Garfs.
Clan of Garf has paid his respects. And he kind of like bangs his chest and just starts to walk away.
Hey, thanks, Garf.
Make good choices. You're doing a good job so far.
You make good choices. Leave forest. And he's just like out.
Okay.
Peace, bitches.
Oh. I have to do something. Wait for it.
Yep.
Creepy music going, and boom!
Boom. As he's, because I have a range of 60 feet on my telepathy right now.
You gonna kill him?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
As he's walking away, I will send a thought to Garf saying, "A forest without a dragon is a forest that's safer for all creatures."
You feel pretty confident
Okay.
here. What the hell?
What's that mean?
With that, you guys all kind of look around and catch your bearings and feel a little stronger, as if you leveled up.
And we did.
200 to spare.
So you guys can level up before continuing on. FaZe kind of takes a moment, kind of walks the perimeter, being careful not to walk into the water, Andy, and just kind of continually tracks the progress. Tell me when you're ready. We'll leave quickly.
Hold on, we're leveling up.
This is a creepy soundtrack. So you said, hold on, we're leveling up. We're in the middle of something right now.
Excuse me.
Dog you. Evasion. I do.
I don't know if I should roll hit
Oh,
points.
yeah.
No, you know what? Not rolling hit points is for wimps. I'm rolling.
Evasion.
Wow, nice. That's how you do it.
This is how you do it.
Good. I thought I was feeling a little weak.
This is how you do
You
it.
seem strong. Just double checking something.
Oh. Special what now?
Special who?
Special components.
All right, I'm ready.
Ability tree.
Thought I got my cool thing at level 6 fighter. It's level 7 fighter. I get my next cool subclass ability.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna hate it.
Probably. I hate most things.
Well, fuck a duck.
This music is intense.
So I turned it down.
Oh, you gotta turn it up. Like this one needs to be like 80.
Oh,
It's like a swamp in the middle of the Australian desert. Yep.
What? Abe, can you add conditions to me, effects, things?
Yeah, what do you want?
Can you just put in, and it has to be in this syntax, evasion with a capital E?
Okay.
You spelled it wrong. Nope. That's evasion. Evasion. S-I-O-N. Nope, no, that's evasion, like vacation. Evasion. Yeah, there it goes.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
see if it works.
That's it? Just evasion?
Yeah, do a save thing on me. Save it.
Dexterity save.
Dexterity
Fireball.
save, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you, fool. NPC.
Let's see if it works.
Spells. Fireball.
Failure should be half damage. Success should be full. Or should be no thing.
So now it's half when you fail and full whenever.
Right.
No damage when you make it, right?
Yep.
Sweet. Sweet.
Just want to see if the effect works.
I need an NPC because I can't just pull the spell. Hold on. Alright, sorcerer. Poison spray! Well, some shit's moving around the water.
Leash.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay. Range attack, whatever. Lightning bolt! Here we go. Save, right?
Yep. Dexterity save. Yeah.
So you would take half of this?
Do the damage, see if it has it.
Remind me to not kill you. You have 22 hit points. I think that worked. Because you have
Did it?
22 hit points plus 29. I don't feel like that
Nope,
worked. 22.
that didn't work.
That didn't work. But notice when it did the DC, it says a success evasion. So I wonder what it actually did.
Well, success for evasion just means you don't take damage.
Well, you should have taken half though, since you.
Right. Creature will be
But when
marked
you have evasion, if you succeed, you take 0.
He should have taken 0. Yeah.
half damage on failed save.
So it
half damage.
knew evasion was a thing, but
Does
maybe it just expected you to not roll it.
Does lightning allow half damage?
Yep.
Or is lightning all or nothing?
Yep. Creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, or half
It
as
looks
much on a
like the
success.
effect's working somewhat. It says a spell targeting creature with this effect allows half damage on a save, and the save type is dexterity. Then this creature will be marked for no damage on a successful save, and half damage on a failed save.
Yeah, you should have taken half of that. You sure it's not all capital?
No, it says capital E-V-A-S-I-O-N, and make sure that it's in that syntax. Yeah,
Wow, that was the
maybe I'll-
shittiest roll ever.
Oh,
Wonder if it has to be on your your special defenses.
maybe.
Alright, let me try it.
Daily attack, evasion, direct. Or how's the power? You drop it on. Go dex save, you take hack damage, and when you make a dex save, the DM should not apply any damage to you.
Unless it's just a reminder that you have it.
Oh, okay. So I got success on both those, right?
Yes.
So because they were both successes, I should have just not. You should have not rolled damage at all, is what they're saying here.
Oh,
But if I were
otherwise
to
it halves
fail
it.
on it, yeah. If I were to
So I
fail
need to
on
roll
it,
until you fail, essentially. Can you stop succeeding while I'm trying to do something? Okay, that's a failure,
There you go.
so it's
Now
saying
roll.
you should take half this damage. You didn't.
damn.
Are you sure I spelled that right?
Yep,
Why does it look dumb?
that's how you spell it.
Well, that's dumb.
All right, I'll have to look more into
Well,
it.
if I mean, at least evasion pops, and then we'll be like, oh, evasion, and then we'll have to remember what it does.
Yep.
All right. Everyone else level up.
Ready.
Yep. I'm
All right.
almost done.
Do you guys want to take I guess FaZe would say, do you want to take a moment and catch your breaths before we move on? We're not too far from the lair and my
sure.
payout.
I have a short rest for sure.
She looks around and says, I mean, what are you paying me for? Take some time. She tosses down the torch in front of you guys, so it's kind of like in between, so you can kind of see the flickering flame. And she's gonna roll a perception check. Yeah, I got this. And she looks around. However, having cleared all the spiders in the area, nothing bothers you for the hours. You take a moment and kind of catch your breaths, all your breaths, and take a short rest. So if there's any hit points that you want to roll, Grin, you have 22 hit points that you were damaged, I fixed. By all means, roll them. As I prepare. So FaZe would take point. Who else is who's after FaZe as you continue to move on?
I think real Savathris will be in the front.
Okay.
Probably leave Echo Savathris for the back.
Okay.
Well, she's probably towards the front 'cause she's better at melee than ranged.
Okay, we can always have you guys move around your characters here in a moment.
I'll
but I'm
go near the back.
gonna near the back. Bickety back. Bickety back. Bang! Okay.
Why does order matter, Abe? Why does it matter so much? Our order.
You know, great question. Aw, she's still carrying a torch.
Can't get anything back to short rest. Still missing my spell slot. A bless.
That token light preset torch. Why are you not working when I click in that? Ambient light, token vision, dark vision, moonlight, turn on. All saves what are days wrong. You. Oh no! No, delete! Token. Damn it, stop doing what I'm doing. No. That's better. Delete.
This is probably fine.
Okay. No pressure. It's all good. It's fine. Okay, so as you guys kind of collect yourself, FaZe is kind of looking around. She doesn't seem to notice anything. Nothing, alerts you as to what you're seeing. But after about an hour, she goes, "Okay, it's time to go." And she picks up the torch that is at this point almost burned completely away, tosses it, grabs the next one out of her pouch, and lights it on fire. Green, did you want to roll hit points? Because I feel like you maybe didn't.
I did.
You still have 22 wounds.
I rolled 7 hit points.
No, I mean like you.
Oh,
you
hit
wanna
dice.
roll yeah,
Sorry.
your hit dice.
Did we take a short rest? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Boop. Boop. Son of a bitch.
Oh my god, roll them all. There we
Okay.
go. Okay. So FaZe leads you, and the track now is slower. The forest itself and the swamp has become thicker with fog, and there's a constant just watchfulness. Savathers, roll a perception check.
You got it. F1.
As you're kind of following, kind of close by FaZe, you quickly turn around and there's nothing there. Grin kind of is like, "Hey," as he's like right in front of you as you turn around, but you don't see anything. You just feel watched the whole time. The swamp is getting thicker and your boots are starting to like sink deeper and deeper in the mud as you're kind of walking through. FaZe is slowly pointing out like different places that you can walk that are a little bit better. But as you get deeper and deeper into the swamp, the trees are getting thicker and thicker, and you're having to like weave between the different trees and woods. As she turns around unexpectedly and says, "We're nearing the clearing." And as she says that, she kind of like steps around a tree, and as you all follow, you start to see that it's starting to open back up, and you see a faint, glowing, yellowish gold, like amber-like color that's kind of like pulsating. Probably a good 50, 100 feet away from you, and she's drawing you nearer. As you're about to kind of like step out more into the open, she says, my duty was to leave you here. This is what you paid for. The rest is on you. I'll await for your death or your return." And she like steps off. She's not waiting. She's not fucking around. And she like disappears into the shadows.
That was rude.
Is it still super dark and she was carrying the only torch?
Yep.
In my head, to Grin,
Mhm.
I would like to open a line of mental communication. So it is a two-way mental communication for up to 70 feet, Grin.
Okay.
But in your head, you just hear, "Joke's on her. We were supposed to pay her whenever we got here."
Hey, good point. All right, I'm going to take out my lantern, hooded,
Okay.
and I'm going to light it. It's a 30-foot radius, dim light for an additional 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet.
Yeah. I've already done my Eyes of Night to give everyone dark vision earlier, so that's already dispelled, I'm sure. I can do it again, but I'd have to use my last spell slot to do it.
I'm gonna hook the lantern to my belt.
Okay. I'm trying to give you a lantern.
Is there a map that I should be seeing? 'Cause I don't know
Not
if I
yet.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
Good,
totally.
Good.
Okay. So as you equip your lantern, I can't make it so it's just radiating. You're welcome. At least I don't think I can. Now I want to look.
You can. I believe in you.
Token vision. Nope. Light.
Out loud.
Lantern. Let me make it flicker.
Give that flicker.
Lantern. Flicker. Whoa!
Girl, look at that flicker.
I can't. Okay. Oh well. Let's move it on. Moving on. Okay. So who is now in the lead?
That'd be me.
Your shadow or actually you?
Me.
Okay. Is your shadow out?
Yeah. He's 30 feet behind me.
Okay. And then Melander and Issue, are you kind of together with Grin in the backside?
Yeah, I think so.
Did your shadow kind of bring it up the rear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only just kind of second then. She's going to kind of hang out in front of Ishnu and Grin. Kind of defensively.
Okay.
Whoa, fog.
You guys find your way kind of looking out, and you see like the flickering flame of Grin's lantern that he's equipped. You see a pulsating, glowing energy, a good 50 to 60 feet away from you. And you make out parts of the fog. It's kind of hard, but everyone make a perception check. And this is the thickest the fog has been the entire time.
Fog is thick. Not a 20.
Oh, ooh,
Ishnu,
nice.
it's almost frustrating that it's hard for you to not actually see in front of you, but you're more concerned about your friends at this point. Grin, you kind of look out through the fog, and you see a horde of shining gold just flickering on like a mound. It's beautiful. It might be the most gold you've ever seen in your life.
That might be the most gold I've ever seen in my life.
Melander, you see there are just like giant skeletons of animals that are like sticking up out of the mud. There seems to be what's left of like an old abandoned structure that is like fallen in and sunken in. And now that he points it out, there is a shit ton of gold, probably 50 to 60 feet away from you.
Hey, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if Persephone, the purse piglet, gets attacked when she is alive as a piglet?
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, never mind. She has 5 hit points, an AC of 10, and a walking speed of 30 feet.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure if she
is
gets
slain,
hit,
she shatters. Your coins are not lost. It takes her 1d4 days to rematerialize. Okay, I'm not going to send her to eat the coins then until after we get back to the dragon.
she's
I was
like
maybe
happily
she
like
should
eating.
eat
Oh
coins
man, look at all
during
this
the next
food.
combat. Yeah, but no, she would die. Okay, just kidding. I don't. Melinda thinks about it and then decides it's not worth it.
Savathers, as you're kind of leading the party, you're looking around, and you're almost on like a stone walkway that's leading to more of a stone structure in front of you, and there is just swamp on either side. As the forest kind of opens up and gives birth to this giant opening, it is a deep swamp on either side. You're hesitant to even think about how deep it is.
Do you want to see these gold coins that Grin was mentioning?
I mean, now that he points it out, you do see like there's lit items far away from you. Through the fog, it's kind of hard to pay attention. You're really kind of focusing on the party at hand. But yeah, you can see them off.
Okay.
Do we have like a couple of rounds worth of actions here? Do I have time to activate both swords?
Yeah, I mean nothing's attacked you guys. You're just looking at a hoard of money.
Okay, yeah, you just activate both swords. 2 rounds. Oh, it hurts.
Oh yeah, hit that.
Do we know anything about
that hurt so bad.
dragon layers?
Lander's just like bleeding profusely.
You can roll your history, or I'll even give you an Arcana check. They're kind of
Okay.
creatures of mystic.
Not gonna matter for me.
Okay.
What's this dice combo you got going?
Wow.
I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know.
Grin, you know that they're typically hoarders of money. They are depending on the color that they have, typically ruthless and just cunning, very intelligent creatures, who, depending on their color and what their kind of path is, whether they're good or evil, they may just care about money more than anything else. You do remember that black dragons are known for being ruthless and just cruel. Not one that you can typically like.
They're more
You know.
bestial than the
Yes.
other dragons. Well, if this place doesn't scream dragon lair, I don't know what does. So did we ever come up with that plan we were talking about?
So what you're saying, Grin, is all is not clear.
Yeah, sure.
That's what you told me to say whenever there was a dragon.
Yeah.
Green, as you're kind of looking around, you do see that past the gold there is an opening, like a cave structure. It's hard to make out, you know, the dim light that you're seeing. But yeah, you see there's like a small, well, it's not small, it's about 10 feet, 15 feet across, this fissure in the side of the cliff.
I'm gonna go here. And I want to kind of scramble boy up this thing. If I can.
Yeah, it's a slow incline. And as you're kind of making your way up there, it is a massive amount of gold and coins. And as you get a little closer, you're like, oh shit, there's a lot of dead bodies right there. just hordes of people. They're just mostly skeletons. Make a perception check.
Okay.
See, my.
Oh, it's almost
that was so
close
close to that 20. Yeah, you see that there are several skeletons that are half melted into the actual like ground that they're laying on. What weapons they seem to have been wielding? There's like one that's a hilt with half of a sword, and the rest is just burned away and melted. There's several that are just broken in half, but there are like there's probably a half dozen humanoid creatures scattered around in various shades of decay.
Yeah. Looks like adventure is past.
Well,
Can I use a survival check to see if I can see anything obvious of dragon tracks, dragon whereabouts?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not trained. I got 10.
I mean, it's a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Jesus. They're really dead, Grin. Like, holy shit.
They're super dead.
What's everyone else doing?
I feel like if the dragon were here, it already would have attacked us. Do you think it isn't home?
Unless it's sleeping in there.
I think it is waiting for us to come to it.
Melander, make a perception check.
Seems that fighting it in its lair may not be the wisest decision, but we may not have a choice.
Yeah, the swamp around you is just thick. Every now and again you see just like bubbling, just almost like crude oil coming out of the ground, like a bubbling crude. It's just a strange environment. You just feel constantly watched. Grin, as you get a little closer, there's the like fissure-like opening, this natural opening, and you see the back of this cave. It's big, but it's big enough to it's small enough to be illuminated by your lantern and see a backside.
Well, I don't feel like that cave's big enough to have a dragon in it.
Shall we look inside?
Yeah.
Savathris glances back in the direction that FaZe walked away, just sort of like pondering something to himself for a moment, and then shakes his head and turns back to the rest of the group.
I'm going to leave my lantern on the ground right where I am, Abe, and I'm going to stealth inside the cave.
Okay.
Yeah, if I see Grin like heading in towards the cave, I would like to get closer to where the lantern is. Just so like if shit goes sideways in there, I'm closer to help.
Gotcha. I have
She's
to
not
make.
trying to be sneaky, but she wants to like be closer to where Grin is.
She's gonna join the
In
rest of the
fact,
group.
Dave, I would like to roll a perception check in the direction that FaZe went.
He faces the dragon.
Roll a perception, Andy.
He's just,
Lantern.
Dragon?
not at ease right now.
That's
Okay,
the
another natural
flickering
one.
lantern.
What if he's the dragon? What if Pip is the dragon?
Okay, sorry, I was making the lantern stay put. Okay, you rolled a 12. All right, Melander, you kind of stroll up to it. Savathris, you look back. You're looking in the area where FaZe was.
Yep.
You kind of look back. You see the direction that she had went, but you don't see any trace of her where she currently is. It could feed into your paranoia. It could also be that she's a good tracker and she is just hidden. But at this moment, you feel watched and you don't care.
He feels very uneasy. What color was Pip?
Black, right?
He was black. He's kind of
Black dog.
purplish
Oh,
green
purple,
belly.
purplish greenish.
Deep
blue
purple
belly?
with a green belly.
Like a dragon.
Well, but not a black dragon.
No.
I'm going to inspect this cave.
Oh, yes. So you kind of carefully sneak around the corner. The light that you sat down does help you illuminate. It is a large cavern, but it does have an end. You don't see any kind of openings outside that. It kind of is a decent place. And you see some dried leaves and whatnot kind of hiding around, and the random bits of coin throughout, but you don't see anything else.
Hmm.
I want to keep my eyes on the sky. So I'm kind of keeping watch upward.
Actually, to that point, make a perception check.
I see nothing.
I mean, at this point, you're just looking around. It's freaking you out. And there's gold. There's a dragon
I don't remember
anywhere.
what Pip was, and if he's the color of a dragon.
And was he green with purple, or was he purple with green? Was he black? What was he? It's really hard to tell. Oh my shit! I'm looking at the sky. You don't see anything. Ishnu, make a perception check.
No. These perception rolls are cursed.
I mean, you're a little irritated with Grin. Like, that lantern is blinding. It's hard to see much else.
I'm going to tuck back here and just kind of hide behind the side of the cave while I look around.
Yep, make another stealth check.
Damn.
Nice.
Rolls are going downhill.
It's going real good.
All right, roll
the
my
good ones
perception.
out of the way.
See if I see anything.
That's better.
That's better. As you kind of like peek your head out, you see a bit of movement, but I mean, could it just be the flicker of a candle? It's hard to tell. As you guys kind of move around, you kind of hear a voice. It's in Draconic, but you understand it. It's a deep, resonant sound that says, "It's a little rude to come wandering into someone's home." And it just kind of echoes around the rocks.
Yes, it is. So you should leave. This is not your home.
It just echoes off the walls.
As I say that, I am going to move away from Ishnu.
I'm gonna get the fuck away.
Well, yeah, I'm like, if I'm going to draw an attack by pissing this guy off, because someone told us that they have like breath weapons, and this one breathes acid,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I don't want to be standing right next to Ishnu if I get acid breathed on me.
Melander kind of follows Savathis' lead. I'm going to cast Blur on myself, which I just got.
Oh.
And I'm also going to shift away this way in case there's some breath stuff happening. So I cast Blur on myself, but if the dragon has True Sight or Blind Sight, it doesn't impact the dragon.
Okay.
Otherwise, I get disadvantage on attack rolls against me. So I have Blur on me. So she's going to shift away the other way with her swords and look up at the sky and look around and say, "We're here to end your reign of terror. You will trouble these people no more."
Nice. Make a what the hell? Make a oh shit. I want to say threatening check, but that's not it.
Intimidation.
Thank you. That's
Yeah,
the
her voice kind of squeaks and breaks a little. She's a little nervous.
Oh boy.
To end your reign of terror.
All right, just means all our combat rolls are gonna be good.
Yeah, get all the shitty ones out of the way. With a guttural laugh, it starts like real deep, and it just like starts to echo around. At this point, your voice is really crackling. It's ominous of this form, and with a there's a splash out of this vicinity right here. The swamp water kind of opens up, and with a this massive black figure jumps onto. Where's it at? Where you at, dog? Jumps onto the landing behind you from the water, having just like jumped out of it, lands and
Dragon.
roars at you. Everyone roll initiative. It's gonna be
Dragon.
great. It's gonna be so
What?
good.
Dave, I thought it was going to be like a teenager dragon. We talked about it being a smelly teenager dragon.
Yay.
It's cool.
Do
Don't
we have
worry about it.
any healing potions?
Yeah, we do.
Young?
I don't have any.
You have
Adult?
advantage, Grin.
Young adult.
Yeah.
Teen? That's a 10. There we go.
Nice, 2 nat 20.
Oh
We're ready.
shit. Melander, you notice that it jumps out of the water. It is oppressive. It's scary as shit. But you notice it doesn't attack you. And you're up.
Does it see me? First of all, I have a 13 stealth. It probably sees me, huh? I just want to know if I get a surprise attack against it. Okay.
I'm going to. How far away is it? It is.
I'm dying.
How far away is that?
I gotta zoom in.
40
40 feet from you.
And is it between us? There is water, or
So, that like skull is like a stone structure. So it is not swamp. The outside of it, like the edge of where you're standing, becomes swamp.
can I get to it with normal movement?
Yes, but you're gonna be still like 10 feet away.
Yeah. I mean, but I can move 30 feet and then. I am going to. Oh shit!
Got
There it
real
is.
intense.
I just charge it. I fucking charge it. I go 30 feet.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm nervous. Okay.
It's gonna be
and
so
then
good. Oh, and your vision grays. This is amazing. Sorry. You're really excited about third stuff. Party
I'm going to.
Amazing.
That's my dragon. Oh, I should not have charged. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
You never know.
Wait, charges and use your action to run.
No, as in why did I like run towards it instead of doing my ranged attack? It's fine. I'm gonna try lightning lure on it. Just
Okay.
not. So she charges
You are
it.
very deadly in melee.
What?
You're very deadly in melee.
So she runs forward and like points her sword at it, and I'm gonna cast lightning lure on it.
You are my density. I mean, destiny.
Let me.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Roll real good.
Yeah, so it succeeds. So okay, so nothing happens to it.
I run up and nothing happens. Melinda just jazz
but-
hands.
But
But
because of my new Mystic Frenzy, if I
Yeah.
spend my action on a cantrip, I can still get a bonus action attack.
That's sweet.
Nice.
So I'm going to bonus action. No, we just so the ranged, not the super special one, but just the ranged attack is just the regular attack, right? The wind and when I throw them.
you have range every time you throw them. Like you throw them and they whip right back to you after they hit.
Right. So I have a bonus. I can do a bonus attack. So that's just going to be one hand. Can I still do the range for that?
Yes, they're always range within 20 feet. They always
Okay.
like zip right back. You can just like.
Okay. So
Will
as
Ferrell and
my
Office juggle.
bonus action, I will fling
That'll hit.
sword at it.
Dead.
Ooh, that's a good hit.
How do you want to do this?
Top of its head with a lightning
Don't
sword.
care.
The end.
It's,
Yeah, she looks a little flustered. She had her like rolled a 1 for an imitation check, and then it landed. She like charged it, but then like cast a cantrip at it, which was stupid. It didn't work, so she like threw a sword at it. And she's like,
Big
freaked out a little
dragon.
bit.
Big dragon.
You're,
It's good.
you're big. I expected a teenager, and you're not. That's my
Big
turn.
adult teen dragon.
Grin.
It's young adult.
All right, I'm gonna
Pretty
shoot at it with advantage.
This is
And
Aragon.
if I surprised it, I gotta get automatic crit. But you're gonna have to let me know
Okay. Okay.
at some point
All right. Hold
whether
on.
I did.
Hold
If
on.
I hit it, bam.
Okay, you hit it. Hold on. Does it show its passive? Okay, what'd you roll on your stealth?
13.
Yeah, it knows you're fucking there.
Nah, I knew it.
You're in its house.
My
As you
house.
kind of like peek your head out to shoot at it, it's just smiling at you. This big toothy maw.
You smile at me, boy.
I can smell your
That's a
stink.
good
That
hit though.
feel.
Shit.
It's real good.
All right, and then what can I do as a cunning action? Can I hide again? As a cunning action?
Hide. Hide.
Disengage. Hide.
Disengage.
I will
Right,
hide
think, right?
again,
Yeah,
and I'll try to hide better this time. Nope.
I mean,
Two crew.
you're literally standing in the same spot, and just like, you
Okay.
don't see me. You know.
Yeah, I can come out to shoot and then see that he does see me, and I kind of freeze with shock and fear.
Like the kid from Mystery Men.
Yeah.
So the end of your turn, Grin,
Uh-oh.
because I get to do this now.
Don't do it. Abe, don't do it. Abe,
I'm gonna
Don't
do
do
it.
it.
I'm gonna do it so good.
Abe.
End of your turn, its massive wings unfold and just starts buffeting Melander with his massive wings.
No.
Oh, I didn't code that right. You failed anyways. Hold on, I need to fix that because that's the wrong. That's the wrong. DC.
Failure.
That is some DC.
Yeah, I gotta fix that. Hold on. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's great.
He's
I don't
not
think
quite
it's
a bug
fine.
yet.
Okay, there we go. You still failed it with your 10, but it's massive wings with open up and start just buffeting you with the wind, and it starts to hurt. You see like pieces of limbs flying at you as you are pushed 5 feet back. You take 11 points of damage.
No, my blood.
Damage.
I'm gonna get work after.
So, as you're knocked 5 feet back, you are now knocked prone.
Oh no.
As the winds just drown out the noise of your friends, and you are kind of like toppled over backwards. So Mathers, you're up.
What was that concentration you
What's
lost?
the attack? I don't think I'm good at attack.
She lost her disadvantage on attacks against her blur. She lost her blur.
Oh, you lost your blur.
Blur.
Oh, you lost your blur.
Blur.
Yeah, he used a legendary action to attack you with his wings.
You're muted.
Muted. Ah!
Yeah.
Hellish rebuke. I'm hellish rebuking. I was muted.
She said it like 4 times, Dave. Why aren't you?
Sorry, I was yelling.
I'm sorry. It's going to use one of its legendary resistance.
That's fine.
Lame.
Still makes half damage, right?
But yeah, let me not roll it. So
I can also figure it out. I see what hit points it has, so you can just roll it.
yeah, so it takes. So it takes half of 3d10.
Yep.
I don't know that it's gonna. Because all of my spell slots are level 2 now, so I'm just gonna do the 3d10. Because it has it down as a level 1 spell, but all of my slots are.
Alright, so it takes
Damage.
half of that. Okay, added it in. It's good.
3d10, second round. Yeah, so it takes half of that. That is. Doesn't matter what kind of damage it is.
Maybe.
Why does it not say what? Oh, it's fire damage.
We're good.
Okay. Now I'm
As
done.
you ass over teacups, you like scream out, and it's like blood pouring out, and it like rebukes you in pain. Hellish.
Actually, sorry. Before I move, I want to cast. Yeah, it's worth it. Before I move, I'm going to be casting. Bless on those 3.
Yeah.
That's. Whoops! Didn't mean to bless the dragon.
No, that's fine. He won't
Well,
mind.
well, technically, I can't. I can only use 3 targets.
Judge.
Grin doesn't get it. It's fine.
Yeah, so I will blast everyone but me.
Gotcha.
But myself, and as a bonus action, I will summon in my echo 15 feet above the dragon's head.
Nice. Weep, beep, beep, beep,
His
beep.
eyes.
I'm putting there so I remember.
Nice. And that was my move. That was my action. That was my bonus action. I'm done.
Nice. The dragon's turn.
Young adult teen black dragon.
For free action, I'm going to say, you are not welcome here or in any land. Today is your end.
Right in the feels. And it just like walks away. No.
Reaction.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that.
hit him as he walks away.
Okay, that needs to happen. Forgot things. Sorry. Andy, the dragon turns to you with a quick and lashes out with its toothy maw.
Sure.
Bite you. Yeah, because he's attacking the one that socked him. Oh, now he's pissed. He as you kind of just quickly, easily dodge out of the way, he is and grabs a claw just off the shelf and attacks you with it. Oh, he's real pissed now.
You are weak.
And now he's gonna claw you again. Oh shit, he is.
Did your parents teach you nothing?
I gotta mark this down. He is pissed.
Super pissed out of
Dragon.
the
What's up, bad Chris? Capital letters. Okay, it's
Super
fine.
pissed.
It's fine.
Can you share the map again?
Yes. Damn, dragon. Ishnu, you're up.
So Ishnu is going to expend 2 of his side points. He swirls his hands and summons a flaming sphere.
Nice.
I got you.
So I'm gonna put it behind. Yeah, back there.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm ready. I'm there. I'm ready.
And then I'm gonna slam it into the dragon with the bonus action. Feel free to use a legendary resistance.
It's very tempting.
Success. So he'll take half of this, and he still takes the rampage.
So I'll give him 3 damage. Got it.
Okay. Done.
End of your turn, because he is freaking livid at Savathers. His wings spread back out and just starts wailing on you, and he is going to try to hit you with his wings. Yeah, so good. As you once saw Lannister going ass over teacups.
Oh.
Success. He has pushed you backwards a good 5 feet and knocked you prone.
Okay.
As he pushes you back from him and he lands back down with his big wings, slowly pulling back in. That's the end of his end of Ishnu's turn. Phase is in here.
Only 2.
Because she turned into the dragon.
And the dragon comes in the night. The dragon begins to laugh, and it's a deep guttural, and it starts to resonate out. Melandra, the pool that you're kind of ass end in, you start to hear some buzzing noises, kind of swirling up around you. And from out of the little, it's not even a pool, it's just like a puddle. This massive swarm of insects starts to swirl up around you. Everything that you could see is just obscured, and it's difficult to see out of it. I'm gonna make you do something. Oh, it was almost good. As you kind of start to swat them away, the buzzing just intensifies, and you are getting stung left and right by these just nasty insects. It's probably good. It's probably fine. Alright, Melandra, you're in a swarm of insects. You can't see out of it. You can only see about 5 feet in front of you. It's just distracting.
Yep. Cool.
Oh, and you're prone.
And I am prone. I am going to. I can't see out of it.
Nope. About 5 feet in front. It's just like swarms of black insects.
Let me check. Yep, at a point I can see, so that's not gonna work.
Dang.
Are they like? Do they seem like actual physical insects?
They do. They're definitely like a swarm of bugs. You're not sure. I mean, it is a massive swarm of insects. You're not sure if it's worth attacking them or like to just try to get the hell out of there.
Yeah. How big is this creature? How do I? That's not what I wanted. Crack. Oh. 15 foot. I was expecting not to be able to see on my turn.
Oh.
15-foot radius. That is a huge thing.
It's a huge dragon. Huge. Fucking huge.
Okay, I am going to. Sorry, I was making fun of it. I am going to. I am prone. I'm going to attempt to move. I'm going to attempt to stand up and just kind of move out of the swarm.
Okay.
Can I see?
You can. No, I think I screwed up your vision. Can you see anything?
Oh yeah, I can see everything. I can see everything
Okay.
the whole time.
It took you half your movement to get up, and it took you the rest of your movement to like get
Yep.
out of that thick cluster. So that's as
Yep.
far as you can get.
I am going to. She shouts something in Sylvan, and she throws the swords, but this is different than she's thrown them before. I'm going to
Shit.
activate the Wind and Whirl.
Wind whirl.
And I'm going to hit it so kind of like on the opposite side of the dragon from me, kind of over like over here-ish. Because it's like a 15-foot radius. So I'm going to hit the dragon and not Sabathus in the shadow and everything. So I'm going to do behind the dragon.
So you can do like there-ish.
Yeah.
So it hits them and that's it. Gotcha. I gotta put my
Yeah.
swarm back up. No reason.
So I never used this before. I throw the two swords. They spin wildly and create a sudden whirlwind. The dragon needs to make a DC 15 strength saving throw.
Boom. Oh, now what?
It is going to take
It's gonna hurt.
that much bludgeoning damage,
Oh,
Nice.
oh.
and it is flung up to 20 feet away in a random direction and knocked prone.
Okay, what's this look like?
She is not on top of her game, so she kind of like comes like rolling, crawling out of the swarm of bugs, looking like hell. She is in bad shape, and she kind of like climbs to her feet and just glares at the dragon and like pulls her swords out, and then she kind of like brings them across and then flings them out, and as they circle away from her, she's screaming something in Sylvan, and then it just like the swords become this massive whirlwind that picks the dragon up and just flings it, and she's just standing there panting, and then the swords reappear in her hand.
Yeah, the dragon was not expecting that to actually do anything, so he's not resisting it. You haven't really done much to him. So which way do you want to throw this guy? Because you're
Random. It goes in a random direction.
Oh shit! All right, we're to the time of the clock. Starting with you at 12, so 6. You said 10 feet.
20 feet.
Oh shit! You just see it get lifted. This massive dragon, its wings start to like get wrapped up around it, and whipped off in the distance.
So yeah, it's flung 20 feet. Does it hit anything?
It would not. That is an open path.
Okay, it is prone.
Oh shit. I'll face down, put prone on it.
That was, let's see,
Damn.
that was my action and my movement. I don't think I have a bonus action. Yeah, that's it.
Damn. Well, that'll do. Oh, and you stood up, so you're no longer prone.
Yeah.
All right, Grin.
All right, I'm gonna hold my action for when the dragon stands up and I can see it.
Done. You staying put though, right?
Yeah. I kind of want to take at least quarter cover behind the wall
Okay.
if I can. Sorry.
Yeah, you can do that. Let me look at something real quick. For him, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He's going to use the end of Grin's turn. He is going to lash out with his tail. Did I delete his tail? No, it is. Oh, I did. Fuck. At what he thinks is a real person.
Sure.
It would be a disadvantage. Does a 15 hit?
Yep.
With a, you see its tail just whip out and dissipate. Savathar's decision. Addo, you are
No,
up.
Bamf.
This is good. I'm up. I stand up for half my move.
Done.
I'll move 15 feet this way for the rest of my move. I'm going to.
I can't see the flaming sphere, but don't stand next to it.
Yeah, no, I won't.
Don't do it.
I'm tracking it. Don't worry. I'm not even running by it because I don't know if it damages me if I get too close.
No, you just can't end your turn next to it.
Gotcha. So I'm going to move the rest of my action to dash
Okay.
to the backside of this guy.
I will say you're gonna get to be like here because as you start running full sprint and you hit that muck and it's just like and your boots just sink down in real deep. So you're probably make it about there with half the rest of your speed.
Can I reject that? I probably would go over here.
Yeah, that's fine because you already hit that mud once.
I just had a mud experience.
That's fine. I'll let it happen.
Thank you. I will resummon my Echo right here.
Echo, you're not that big, Echo.
It's my turn.
You're not that
Will you reshare the map, please?
Yes. Okay. And your turn, he's out of it's his turn. He is going to angrily stand up. Ishnu, on his turn is when he takes the damage from the fire?
At the end of his turn, if he's next to the sphere.
Yeah, he not gonna. Fuck! I forgot again. Damn it.
What was he supposed to do?
Okay, so on his turn, he stands up and lets out this blood-curdling roar. I need everyone to make a wisdom save. We're just gonna do it.
Is it against fear?
It would be in this case.
I get an advantage.
You're dead god.
Yes.
20. That 20. What the hell? I mean, that's.
I'm not scared.
Ooh.
Fuck. So you're not sure if it's the fact that this thing just got flung ass over teacups and it looked hysterical, or it's just
It's funny.
you're starting to feel good about your team. Doesn't affect you guys at all.
We're jiving.
Yeah, he's gonna lash out the first thing that he sees. So he's gonna try to
Did he
hit some
stand up?
afters. Yeah, he did. Oh, use your
Yeah.
use your held action.
We'll attack him.
And he's currently next to a friend, so if you can hit him.
I can crit him.
You can hit him.
Oh, nice. That'll crit.
Yeah. Hey, like them apples.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
As the dragon like slowly like rights himself like a turtle on its back, just a bolt just hits this like weak spot in his neck and lets out this like as he's like gasping for air. That was a good hit.
You
Shit.
mad, bro?
Yeah, he's mad. He wants to hit someone. All right. So as he finally rights himself, he's gonna take a bite against you, Savathris, and a tail against your shadow. I said he's gonna bite you.
Or
This is against your tail. I mean, against your shoe. And then he's gonna claw your face. All right, dragon. I would like you to hit.
Oh.
Oh, he's not happy. Okay, Ishnu, it's your turn.
All right. Oh, did he end his? I can't see the sphere. Did he end his
Yes.
turn next to it?
He did.
All right. Let's
Roll for damage.
target him on the combat tracker. He can use a legendary resistance if he wants.
Has this little like
Burning
it's more like
against
a
him.
gnat biting an elephant, but I mean
Come on.
he's doing damage.
What?
Oh, I don't know,
Am I
17.
targeting myself somehow?
I mean, if you want to burn yourself, that's fine.
There we go. Okay. Take this
Oh, wow, that's a good hit.
for half the damage. I'll throw in the rampage die as well.
You know, like you do. Got it.
And so that was my. Oh, that was. I guess that was the end of his turn. Actually,
Yep.
never mind. Subtract that rampage die because that's only on my turn. That I can
Oh,
do that.
okay.
Okay, so that was the end of his turn. So my turn, I'm gonna move over here, try to get a better view of what's going on. Oh, does the sphere provide any illumination?
You know what? It would. I will fix that.
Okay.
Add light. I would say it is of a lantern size. Boom!
Yeah, give me that vision.
There you go.
that's awesome.
That's
All
pretty
right.
sweet.
So we'll
I
target
was
dragon.
wondering like why you couldn't see the flaming sphere, and I was like, oh, that's right.
He's out of
I've turned
range.
dark vision.
Yeah.
So good.
I see everything.
All right. I'm going to pump this up.
Pump up the jams. Pump
Plus
it
my
up.
free. Give me free. Add this in. Okay. Attacking with an elemental blast.
Initiative check.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll hit. Jesus.
So his is fire damage. I'm gonna take this. Now I'll add the rampage die.
Oh, nice.
And because I used the fire ability, I used 4 equivalent side points, he's going to take 44 fire damage at the start of his next turn.
What?
Oh, actually, I can drag that onto him. So that's it. I'll edit that and drag it on.
Jesus. Oh.
Drag that to Dargon. Yes. Okay, good.
End of your turn. He's going to try to make a tail attack against Savathris, which is the same as his claw. Thank you. Damn! This is a
Yes.
success. I got really excited.
Right.
So it's the end of your turn. I'm going to count that legendary action. Alright, phase, not in the picture. Melander, the insects that are around you start to... and they dissipate out. The dark circle kind of slowly dissipates. And you, as the insects start to dissolve into the air, and like one kind of lands on you, you swat it away. You hear a and just boom, from where the dragon's standing is a
What is it?
I gotta do. I can't actually do this on the map. But you watch as this just like black sphere starts at the dragon and grows outwards, and it is just a pitch black sphere of darkness.
Darkness.
Oh no, Melander left. We'll never know what will happen. Things are happening at the Smith house.
Water. Need water.
Water.
Wow, Savanthus has 82 hit points. That's probably good.
What I do?
Nothing.
You're hitting me?
No, it's Melander's turn. That circle is darkness.
Cool.
A magical darkness.
So my dark vision doesn't pierce it,
Correct.
but my blind sight does.
Bingo. So you still see the dragon. As you watch as your vision kind of completely fades away, you see within front of you parts of like the dragon's head and part of its claw within 5 feet of you. Damn, you all saved on the freaking frightful presence, so that doesn't do anything. Ever.
I have no fear.
Ever again. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, we'll just wait for Melandra. I just realized it's 10:42, so we'll probably end this round and pick it up next week. But
You do.
Grin, you critted twice. You twitted twice.
I
tonight.
twitted twice tonight.
Yeah, twitted with wood.
Good time.
So good. 1 + 2 + 2 + 1. Oh man, there's so much loot. Maybe. I wonder if I can add darkness to a space. Oh, I can add darkness to a space.
Please.
Shadowcaster. What? Ball. Rachel, welcome back.
Okay, thanks. Danica woke up all sweaty with a book on her face, I think, and freaked out.
So you watched as the dragon itself pulsated with a dark energy, and you just watch as everything in a 20-foot radius it's just black. It's just like a black hole. There's nothing there. You can't see it through.
Bathurst is gone.
You're up. Yeah, all of the Savathus, his clone, just gone.
That's fine.
There's magical darkness right there.
Bingo.
Fuck it. I'm charging in. I'm running straight for where I think the dragon is.
We need a hero.
I'll run right into it if I need to. I'm just charging straight at it.
With this new light rules, can you actually add a zone of darkness?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Like you can add lights. That would be pretty sweet.
I don't think you can add a zone of darkness, which would be amazing. So you just run it straight in?
Yeah, I'm running to I was looking at it. I'm running to where I want to end up next to Savathus.
Gotcha. You would run into it at that point.
That's fine. Yeah, I can see shit. Cool. Oh, now I can see. Is it magical darkness? Because now I can see everything that's inside the darkness.
You can. It's the best I could do.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I am gonna swing. Disadvantage. So
Yep, on all 3. But you like run in and you bump into this massive thing, and you can only imagine it's the dragon.
Yep, I start slashing.
Wow, 17, 18. That'll hit.
She's real pissed.
Wow, that one just missed. Woo woo!
Hey, Bless got you that time.
Wow.
Alright, yeah, that was my movement, attack, and bonus. That's my turn.
Woo woo!
Oh, I want to. Hang on, I don't know if I can do this if I can't see it. Yes, I want to use my brand of castigation, and I don't need to be able to see it. I just need to do damage to it with my right. So as she's like slashing and screaming in the darkness, I'm going to do my brand of castigation on it.
Castigation. Okay. End of your turn, he's going to try to bite at... Yeah, he hates Savathers. He's going to try to bite Savathers. It's technically his tail. Okay. Grin.
Yeah.
You're up.
That AC dough.
Let me see here.
There's... You don't see anything. You have an idea where he is, but you don't see shit. You could attempt to roll at disadvantage with not moving would be advantage, so it'd be a single roll.
I think I'll do that. Here goes.
Oh, it sat on a 20 for a moment. You hit
Almost a
though.
20.
All right, and then I guess do I get sneak attack? Oh,
I have to
no.
read sneak attack. You technically had disadvantage, but hold on.
Yeah.
You don't need advantage on an attack roll if another enemy was in 5 feet. That enemy is incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. You know what? You don't technically have disadvantage because you would have had advantage, so you just have a normal attack. So I'm going to say it's a sneak attack.
Okay.
He's not expecting anyone to actually be able to hit him, so therefore it works.
Sneaky.
Snake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Ha.
Like apples.
You like them apples. Doing anything else?
That's it for me.
End of your turn, he's going to try to freaking tail whip Savathers again.
Who, me?
Yep. He's going to get you this time. You just wait. That's his last legendary action.
Hit.
Yes!
If I want to take a... Well, I would have... Technically, the reaction I take on my turn, but it's just the reaction that gives me +1 AC to my next turn. It's like my two-handed defensive stuff.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You, like, end your attack and you just, like, pull up your blades in front of you,
Yeah.
preparing for whatever comes
So,
out the darkness.
Yeah, I'm spending my reaction
Yes.
this round. Give myself a +1 AC with my Blade Mastery.
Makes sense. Oh, wrong one. One. That's better. Damn. Actually, before I forget, I need to make this claws, tail. That's better. Alright. Savathers, your turn.
Okay. Savathris looks directly at the dragon and says, I can still see you. And what I see is weak. I'm going to take my full action on it, my full attack.
Blow it.
Blow it. Blow that load.
And wait, it'll take 4 rounds to do this.
Oh, okay. 19 will hit.
First attack, Unleash Incarnation. So the Echo attacks simultaneously with me. Miss. Second attack for me. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I teetered for a moment. Damn. Ooh.
Second attack. Unleash Incarnation.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of that. Some of that.
Action Surge. Third attack for me.
Oh, wait, I've got a horn here. Hold on.
Third attack. Unleash Incarnation.
Oh,
Critical.
Crit.
Fourth and final attack for me. And then
Oh.
Unleash Incarnation from my dude. And after that flurry of blows, Savathris is just going to let out a battle cry and like bang on his shield. And I will take a second wind.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Which is, I actually have never done this. How do I do this? 1d10 plus your fire level in health. So 13 health back. That's my turn.
Savathris,
Yes.
pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
Okay. You watch the dragon kind of stumble backwards for a moment, and then roars, and then just you watch his mouth open up, and there's this ember-like green that starts to bellow, and it blasts at you.
Breath weapon.
I mean,
Bing, bing, bing. If you would have picked a 4, he was going to hit all 3 of you, but you didn't, so it's fine.
We're still magic darkness, right? I can't do shit.
Uh-oh.
So you watch as it stumbles backwards and just and this acid just starts to drip and blast into you. You take a massive amount of damage as you too start to stumble a little bit, and he is like seething with hatred.
is that the best you can do?
He's looking pretty wrecked. Then he takes that. That was cool.
Is magical darkness
Fire
still up?
damage.
Yes, it is. That was his turn to use his breath weapon.
Oh, all right. End of
Ishnu,
his-
you're up.
End of his turn, by the way.
Oh shit!
He's going to have to make a save and fail.
Failure.
Take the full 10 points of fire damage.
Yeah.
Oh, he's looking pretty wrecked. We might as well just finish this fight.
Yeah.
All right. So that was end of his turn. Start of my turn, I'm going to use a bonus action and just slam the flaming sphere into him again.
Do it.
Which I
More
forgot
fire.
to do on my last turn.
Oh.
So take a free 4 points of damage. All right.
Nice.
I think, having not heard any like wings beating or anything, Ishnu's gonna assume he's in the same spot, and yeah, let's do this. He's going to unleash a lightning bolt at in a line from him to where the dragon was on the previous turn.
Whoa.
So, watch out below. Careful downstream.
Getting hit with that, Abe.
Oops. I somehow untargeted him. Fail. Yeah, buddy.
Uh-oh.
Take this.
Uh-oh.
Plus.
Do we get hit as well?
If Savathris was aiming for where he was, you wouldn't.
Okay.
The dragon
Oh, that's-
hasn't moved at all.
That's a shitty damage roll.
Because it's
All
an
right.
area of impact, right?
It
It's a
is
5-foot line, right?
Yeah, 5 foot wide. line.
He would blast away your shadow, though.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Deleted.
Well,
And that's it for Ishnu's turn.
Okay. With that, oh shit. The darkness fades.
Hell yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. I do shit now.
And the dragon kind of laughs at you, Savathris, and goes, "Not even close." I'm gonna need Savathris, Melandra, and Ishnu to make a strength saving throw.
We go, guys. Yeah.
It's a good save.
Yeah. You guys are swole.
Damn it! So you watch as the swamp water starts to like pull up around the sides and starts to like reach around your legs, and you feel a deep pulling. Ishnu, you just like whipped into the ocean. The ocean. It's an ocean.
Swamp.
You get pulled into the swamp, and you fall prone in the water, and you are grasping for air.
No.
Ish by the ocean.
Ishy.
All right, Melandra, you're up.
Flash the shit out of this thing.
Slash him.
Yep.
You can do it, dragon.
Do better.
You
We
can
need you.
do it so good.
Slash him
Nothing.
again.
Grin's got this. Grin's
Second slash not go through. What's happening?
Did not.
Okay.
Slash.
nice.
Got it.
Damn it.
Yeah, get him, get him, get him. Noise.
Damn
There it
it.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you want to do this?
The darkness drops, and she's standing there in a defensive stance with lightning swords. And she heard shit happen in the darkness, but the darkness drops, and she sees Savathris, who is wrecked, and she just like turns her head back to the dragon and like jumps up on the dragon and like comes down, and the first sword kind of like glides off. But then as she's sliding down, she just like shoves the sword in and like kind of rides it down the side of the dragon. Hits a vital spot.
The dragon lets out a just hellish roar that echoes around in the swamp. The insects and the animals just cease for a moment with a final like. It falls to the swamp, and the insects like start right back up again. The area around goes quiet, and you do see FaZe kind of step out behind a twee. She's stuffed up behind the twee, and she just like golf claps.
Low clap.
Well, really thought you'd die, but I'll accept my payment now. She kind of like walks up.
Ishnu's like, a little help
Oh,
here.
no. Sorry, I didn't mean to do damage to you. Click the button by accident. I meant to do this.
Grin just out of the shadows like, "Ugh."
Critical hit.
Now it's my
I'm
time.
gonna I critical
Die.
hit you with a healing bolt. So I don't know what that
nice.
does. Do I get to double my healing bolt?
Yeah, that's what we
Alright.
decided on the rock. So,
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
Savathris, you feel a stinging in your buttocks.
Does the acid do damage a second round?
Healing.
I don't believe it does actually.
That's good. That's good.
There.
You're like, thank goodness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm checking. Nope. 10d8, man.
Plus
Good night, bud.
Dex and Wisdom.
No.
So that's 15 plus 3, so 18 plus 19 hit points back.
Your ass kind of stings for a moment, and then it's surprisingly warming. In fact, you feel better. You're hurt as shit, but you feel better.
What am I good for if not to give you a warming poke in the ass?
There's no one I would rather poke my ass.
Give him a thumbs up.
Oh my god.
I scrape acid goo off of my face.
The battlefield quiet. The evening's events coming to a close. It's a good place to stop, but are you guys curious about, or do you just want to wait until next week to see what lies in that pool of glowing?
I want to know what's in that hole. But I want to pay Faith first and
then send her on her way.
Yeah, that's right. Here's your gold. Get out of here while we search through the
Get out of
loot.
here. Don't worry about how much gold's actually here.
Well, I mean, if she would have chipped in against the dragon,
She didn't like shoot a fucking arrow.
she was basically waiting for us to die so she could loot the bodies.
Maybe.
I mean, she gave us a heads up beforehand that that's kind of the shitty person she was.
I mean, absolutely, but I also don't think that we need to go out of our way to give her a share of the dragon loot.
Sure.
I totally didn't write down, but I don't feel like she asked for much, like 10 gold or something.
No, she was 25.
Yeah.
No.
So whoever pays it, she literally is like, just pay me, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Up here.
As soon as you pay her, she kind of nods. It's a respectful nod. She kind of shrugs, and then she's GTO. She's fuck up.
All right.
Freak tip. Examine your life choices.
No, she had okay choices.
Let me find the loot table here.
Do we know how long this dragon has been like plaguing these lands?
The nightmares have been in the last couple of months, but the swamp, like you guys would have realized, or at least through talking to people, that the swamp has been like increasingly getting darker. Like some hunters have gone missing, townsfolk have been, have gone, but it's been at least a couple of months. So it's been a good amount.
Okay, but it's not like a huge chunk of this treasure is like from the town that they are missing, and like we should probably give back to them.
I mean, let's be honest. Would you give it back?
I mean, I think they should give some of it to the town for being.
Grin would not give it back. Grin wouldn't give any of it back.
Before she said anything in character,
but they don't volunteer that.
Right.
It's but this is it's kind of an outlaw town. Like it's just it's kind of a passing through point. So a good 6 months for sure has been plaguing the town. So let me just Grin, I'm assuming it's you. So roll a perception check.
All right.
Athros guide you.
What's that mean again?
D4.
Roll a D4.
16.
So as you watch the dragon and then slump to the ground, you're like, oh, okay, treasure, and you just go running up. You just start pulling out coins, and there's a trinket, and you throw up your you're like, oh, what's this? And there's a nice gem-looking thing in your hand, and then you're like, what the hell's this? It's like a bird cage? What the hell? And you're just going through. It is a horde. The actual glowing is the faint amount of light here is actually from the gold, and it's going to take some time to count it, but you find several gems. Find a couple of very nice necklaces. You find a very nice looking riviere. You find a couple of potions. You find a nice looking hammer. You find surprisingly, you find a really nice wall tapestry that's been rolled up and kept in a tube, and you're like, what the hell is this? And you pull off the top, and it's like a wall tapestry of some dude at a picnic.
Well,
that's worth money.
While Grin is just going through piles of stuff, I want to set up the campsite, sort of centered on the horde. I don't know if the whole thing will be in the campsite or not, but set up the campsite, and then I'm gonna get Persephone out and have her start eating coins because it's gonna take a while.
Dodge behind the gold as the campsite expands toward me.
Yeah, and it's like sitting on top, and you like see it like teeter for a moment, and then it's just like the dome falls down around it. And as Persephone over like the evening's night just starts eating coins, the campfire like slowly settles on top of it. Melandra, roll a perception check.
Pig's gonna get indigestion.
Oh no, she can eat a lot per hour.
Yeah, it's gonna take her some time. You notice
Let's from in here.
there is sticking up out of the actual gold itself, along with some other just random odds and things. There's like a mug in there. You see a couple of figurines, but you see a wooden like shaft sticking up out of the actual gold coins.
Wooden shaft. I'll go investigate.
Wooden shaft.
Persephone can eat up to 1,000 coins per hour.
That's a lot of coins.
I feel like I need to nerd out and figure exactly how long it's going to take to do this.
30 hours.
She remains the same size regardless of how many coins are inside of her.
You said 1,000 coins per hour?
Yes.
It's going to take her 21 hours to eat all of the coins.
Well, I mean, we could like put some of them in bags and stuff.
I mean,
but
maybe.
Or we can just wait. What's the rush?
that's true. We could just.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I'm sorry. Shame on me. Let me just delete this. Missed!
Yeah, Athers is just going to take a knee and spend a moment with his spirit, communing after that fight.
Spirit, how you doing, dog? Doing okay? I'm doing good.
Athers, you cool? You cool?
So
All
it,
right.
it takes you a while, but you find a hoard of coins. It's a lot of silver pieces, a lot of copper. You find about 250 platinum pieces, 4,900 gold pieces, 15,000 silver pieces, and 1,500 copper pieces. And then just a random array of things. But Melandra, as you're kind of pulling out that wooden handle, you kind of and like coins go everywhere, and like Persephone's like and then keeps eating. And it is a beautiful wooden broom handle with a stout little Brussels tassels at the end. It's a beautiful broom.
Beautiful, like fancy or just like well made or what?
Very well made. It's got a little
beautiful.
tassel on the end. It's beautiful.
Does it?
Beautiful little broom.
I'm gonna spend some time with it, see if it's magic.
Yeah, it takes you an hour, but yeah,
Start sweeping I sweep some of the dirt off like the stone path.
It's actually incredibly impressive that it swept so much dirt away, and still remains clean. And as you kind of like hold on to it for a while, you're like, maybe I could ride this broom. I could probably ride this broom. And you just like, boom, and like shoot off into the sky and kind of fly around for a little bit and pull back down. You found a broom of flying.
Sweet.
I think. Oh, I didn't give you guys XP. Hold on.
We're lovely.
Hello.
Oh.
That's Persephone eating the coins. All right, guys, I gotta go to bed. I'm sorry.
Good night,
I'll
Dane.
pick up stuff next time. Later.
There we go. Oh, I gotta give you guys XP and figure that out. But yeah, you gotta go to Chunk, and we'll dive in there. But I was curious, y'all want to see your items?
What's a mystical rapier?
When's the next level?
Let me find out. What are we? Level 7?
Yeah.
D&D level chart.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I feel like it's like 9,000. It jumps. Level
8.
34,000 becomes the next level.
We're on our way.
34,000.
34,000. I'm gonna fix grins real quick. Awesome.
You're doing everything in the party sheet, Abe.
Yeah, I just figured I'd leave it in there. You said the mystical rapier?
Yeah, I was just curious.
I just want to know. It is a very sharp blade. seems to be a +1 to attack rolls.
All right, I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Probably should give some to the town, maybe. Possibly.
Yeah,
Maybe not. Who cares?
I care. I don't care. Well, we'll see what season she wakes up tomorrow. She might not care anymore.
If it's a winner, you're like, man, what's the word?
It doesn't matter.
What's the point of money anyway?
Leave it all in the swamp.
I got hurt.